Okay, and because parents have, and I won't say opted, but some are required to do so much work outside of the home, it has become the norm for the child to raise themselves.
Right.
So if my child is raising himself, he doesn't need you, and we don't need you coming in here telling my child what to do, because they're taking care of what they need to take care of.
Right.
Which is backwards. Okay, which is totally backwards, because we're allowing the children to take the place of the parents.
And I'm glad you said that, because for the ones that don't know, she is an author, and her book is called "I'm Your Parent, Not Your Friend." And it's a place in here under her chapter "Stuff for Little Children." It says, "We are to allow them to be children. Don't try to make them adults before their time." And like you said, that's the position that the kids are in now, because the parents is working so hard and they're not there. So it's forcing them to, help raise their little, siblings and stuff. And sometimes the middle child saying,
if I continue to get him out of everything that he would always think mama's going to be.
See, and man, if you didn't teach them that, it's almost like if we protect them, it's almost like we're not teaching them to take responsibility of your actions.
That's right.
So and I do the same thing too. Back in the day when people used to say, "Oh, your child did this, your child did that," and most parents did say, "My child didn't do that, don't you?" Well, I know my child.
Right.
And if it sounds like something they did, yeah, they did it.
They did.
They did. So I'm not going to argue with you about that, because at the end of the day, I know my child. You're supposed to know your children. And when I found out, because we did do 5 love language.
Yes.
I found out they have one for children.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
They have one for children, and it's very important to look into, because you will find out how to love your children.
How to love them. I like that.
And I think, if y'all want to find that, it's under 5 love language. You guys look it up. And it's for children.
I will definitely.
And it will help you connect with your child. Quick little break. And when we come back with and I always call you Pastor Queen.
You all do. I cannot stop y'all from saying that. But I'm not a title person, so it's okay.
We see things.
I know.
That's why. But yes, you guys, we about to go into a quick little break, and we'll be right back.
I can tell you administrator. I'm like, look how look using this lingo. These people like, who the heck she talking to?
I'm sorry.
Sisters, I can just tell. I can tell. That's the education. I heard it, man. Massaging and all that. I'm like, this is educator, boy. And I'm taking up for my teachers. That's what you got.
They work so hard.
Yeah, they do.
I have teachers that cry every day.
Yeah.
Because they're begging children to do. They're begging them to just show your face in the gym.
Oh, I was the same way.
And they get frustrated because the parents are like,
not making them.
Don't do that. At least they get up.
Yeah. And what middle school did you start teaching at?
I started at Westfield High School, where I went to school.
Okay.
Okay. That's where I started.
Wow, that's too funny, man.
That is ironic. That is funny.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. Dr. Fitch.
And she's on the school board of Fulton County.
Is she?
And I'm on the school board for Craven County.
Wow.
So we see each other at different, regional events. It's very fun.
Good morning, WYRN. Oh yeah, hold it. Say hello to she here. How you listening, bro? Okay, good. I just wanted to. Oh, you on her page? Okay, all right, good. I just want to see how the signal was coming through. All right.
Yes, sir.
I'm a face-to-face chick. I think I did. The Maurice Apostle Ward. I said Apostle Ward is up here. I did share.
All right, hello everybody, and we're back, and we're back with special guest Elder King.
Yes, ma'am.
I still call Pastor Young about raising our future, which is very important because like I said, these people gonna be working on us. Right. Whether they helping on the police force today. And like I said, everything starts at home. So like, what advice would you, could you give to the parents to, try to get to their kids to do more of their schoolwork and stuff like that?
I go back to my grandma. My grandmother, she raised 13 of her own, but she also helped raise all 32 of her great-grands or her grandchildren. Mm-hmm. And she was consistent. Mm-hmm. I think that was the word that always stuck with me, was whatever grandmama said was going to happen was going to happen. She was consistent, and she always believed in start out how you're going to hold out.
Right.
Meaning parents, when we put, and we often have to, sometimes we have to discipline our children, and the Bible does tell us that God chastises those whom he loves.
Yeah.
And we love our children. We just heard Whitney Houston say the greatest love of all. So we love our children, so we have to chastise them. And in chastising them, we have to sit down and communicate with them to help them to understand why this type of discipline has to take place for this type of occurrence. We have to show them that we love them enough that we have to take things from them.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And we take those things from them, which may be an inconvenience for us. Mm-hmm. We have to stick to that. We have to be consistent and start out how we're going to hold out with the discipline and with the love. Okay. Another thing is to communicate. We have to make time, because time is busy for all of us. And I don't like to use the word busy, because that, to me, it sounds like we're busy bodies. I like to use the word effective. We're very effective people, so we're doing a lot of effective things. But we have to carve in some time for our children. Spend time with them, get to know them. See what their likes and dislikes are, because you may think in something, the mistakes that I made when I was a young mom, because I was a mom at the age of my first one, some mistakes that I made and how to circumvent some of those mistakes.
Right. I mean, because I look at, like you said, if people have kids that it seems like some need a little bit more love.
A different type of love.
Internal, and some are external, because see, the internal, they internalize things, they hoard stuff inside, they hoard their emotions. But then you got the external, the lash out, the acting out. So it's like, how do you channel the discipline area with those?
Well, like you said, you have to know them. And it can sometimes be as simple as when you pick the child up from daycare or school, whatever the case may be, you're transporting them to baseball practice. Talk to them. When you talk to them, you give them the opportunity and the freedom to express themselves the way they desire to express themselves. And if it is an internal child who is holding those things in, allow them to know that there is nothing that you can say to me that's going to allow me not to love you like I love you. Okay. Even if it's something that I don't want to hear, I'm still going to hear it, because I'm your parent, I'm your mom, I'm your dad, and I'm going to hear those things, and I'm going to help you. Okay. But if we don't hear it, we can't help it. Okay. So we have to make it a comfortable environment for our children to feel free enough to come to us and talk. Because it used to bother me for my daughter to say, well, I feel more comfortable talking to like a friend of mine than she felt talking to me. And I'm like, but I'm your mama.
No, your mama.
But I'm your mama.
Right.
And they can't help you the way the mama can help you. So, I began to share things with her as she became older, because I'm her friend and her parent.
Right.
With age and experiences, we learn to do things according to that particular child.
My kids all the time, you ain't supposed to like me.
Right. But you do want to like me.
I want you to love me, respect me, but you don't always have to like me.
You don't have to like me.
Let me for my job.
That's right. And it's a job.
It is a job.
And you said earlier, Sean, that it's 24. It's 24/7, 365 days out of the year. That is
it'd be added on that we don't see.
That right. Because I feel like it's longer than that, but that is our job. That is our priority, because that's what we chose.
Right.
Okay.
I'm glad you said that's what we
chose. When we made that act, of reproducing a child, that became number one. That's your number one priority. Right. I tell my daughter that who has a 4-year-old, your first priority, I don't care how many jobs you have, I don't care how many relationships you get attached to, Your first priority is that 4-year-old little boy,
that baby,
and he better be taken care of.
Because with my grandchild coming up, and it's different for me because I'm used to raising girls.
Yes. Oh, they're different.
He's a boy.
Oh, yes.
So I'm like, okay, a little king in the house. But at the same token, now I'm challenging in my mind, because his father is very active in his life.
Awesome.
He do what he's supposed to do, take, spend time and stuff with him. So I'm also looking at, okay, well, shoot, my brother would be a good candidate. Any positive male that I seen like that's in the family would be positive to bring around him, because I know they're gonna teach him how to be a man.
That's right.
And
guess what? And that is the responsibility of a man. The responsibility of a man is to help raise men.
Right.
Okay. It is, it's not to stay in your own little isolated world. It is to reach out, because what good are you as a man if you don't help another man? Okay.
Right.
And we don't need to judge and criticize them when they get locked up. When there's something that we could have done to maybe prevent those things.
Right.
Okay? Because you and I can't teach a man how to be. We can't. We're not made that way. We're not wired that way.
Right.
So, like you said, finding godly men, finding men who have experienced things in life to help to deter them from taking sometimes the same path that they went down. That is an awesome avenue. We need to capitalize on those resources.
Because I was watching this movie, and I always bring movies up, but I watched this movie called Concrete Cowboy. And I don't want to tell it, because in case people want to see it. The whole object was he was out of order. Mom couldn't deal anymore. She did all she could do, so she sent him to dad. Dad taught him some stuff. The world ain't gonna be easy on you, and I ain't either. And he had to learn through that. And even though learning through that, he also learned that, hey, I have something just like me that I can tame. So that means I'm tameable.
Wow, that's good.
So, like I said, I won't say nothing else about the movie, but it's called Concrete Cowboy.
Concrete Cowboy.
And it's a pretty good movie.
Okay.
It's a pretty good movie.
Look at that.
So it's pretty much like, okay, mom did all she could do, it's daddy turn.
That's right. Because that's biblical. That's why the male was made first, because they're supposed to be first partaker when it comes to helping to raise some of these children. Okay. We don't need to allow them, okay? Don't present an opportunity for them to take a back seat, ladies.
Right.
Don't make it easy for them to get out of their responsibilities either. Okay? Because we're equally responsible for this thing.
Because I just see at the end of the day that like I said, I was a Head Start teacher. I'm telling you right now, for the ones who actually think these kids' attitude starts in middle school and high school, you're wrong. It starts in Head Start.
It does.
And if we don't catch it, they're going to fall through the cracks when they do elevate. Because what I find out is some people elevate them on purpose so they won't have to deal with it.
Right. And by elevate, you mean push them up.
Push them up.
Push them on up when they're not ready to go on.
Right.
But I like what you said about it starts at Head Start, because what is happening in Head Start and in early education is the children are developing their personality.
They are.
And sometimes we try to push them in a way that we want them to go, but they're already developing in their personalities. And what you and I and other educators and parents can do is to watch that personality, watch it very closely, see what makes that child tick. That might be the career path that we can start trying to direct them to before it gets too late. We can market that thing.
Right.
The talkative child, the child that loves to run all the time. We can help market and steer that in the right direction instead of trying to, like I used to say, let me beat it out of.
I
don't mean let's beat it out of, but I do believe in chastising my children.
I will always ask the question: if my child got in trouble, what happened first?
That's right.
It's important to always know, and sometimes because we are, because I'm tunnel vision, because we be so tunnel vision, we go after what went wrong, and that's it. But we don't see what happened to start this wrong. And I think it's very important to even know. Man, listen, we ran out of time. I don't even want to run out of time with this, but I just think it's very important that even if a mother and father is not together, co-parenting is still important.
It's vital
because you have two personalities still in this one child. So whether we want to be together or not, you still have to play a part because this child got to know the other side of him or her. That's right. You know? You have any?
Well, and I was just gonna say, and as moms, you know, because I think what happens to us sometimes is that we're bruised, we're wounded from the relationship, and we think that we are hurting the dad by not allowing him, or vice versa, if it's a dad that has custody of the child, we're hurting that other parent by not allowing them to be in the child's life. But you're doing so much damage to your child, right? Because the child is holistic. They're not just mama, or they're not just daddy. Like you said, they're a byproduct of the grandmama, the aunties, that are from both sides. So allowing them to understand who they are, right, helps direct them to their future.
You couldn't have said no better. Listen, I hope you come back. You gonna come back and see us?
I'll come back and see
you. We would love to have you back. But thank you so much,
you're welcome,
Pastor King, for coming by.
You're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, ma'am. And I would like to end with, Lord, open the door that needs to be open. Close the door that needs to be closed. Let every open door be so obvious that I may walk in my purpose daily. You know, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Talk Time with Ty and Tia. I'm out.
Perfect. It's great, man. The time is now 9:30.
You too.
Yeah, you a true educator,
you got
man.
My so when you give me my passion.
I'm like, she for real educator. You took
No,
me
I'm
back.
not gonna say I'm sorry because I don't.
No, you good. That's your gift, man. Yeah.
Well, thank you. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you also.
Tell me your name again.
Russell.
Yeah,
Miles, in my LES. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
My Shamika. That's my girl. Right.
Yeah, thank y'all,
It's
man.
been a wonderful experience.
Oh yeah, glad to have y'all.
Now, Jazz is celebrating her birthday today.
Oh, is she? Oh my goodness! I'm gonna write down and say happy birthday.
I'm give her a hug and a happy birthday.
Yeah, I gotta go down there. That's why she's so dressed up today.
Yeah,
she know how her camouflage is.
She's going to PM Change today.
I love PM Change.
Yeah, she's going there, and it's our first time. I never been.
Oh, girl, you gonna love PM Change. And don't be looking at the menu.
Don't look
at the price. Look at the food. Stop.
Last night was ridiculous.
Look,
but the food
that's what you're supposed to do. No, look, it's like it's like the eagle. He's supposed to be able to catch you. So if he can't catch you, if he can catch you at that place, he can catch you anywhere. That dude, if he, so everything you already know he's good. If he can take you there,
yeah,
he can try to like smile.
And probably wouldn't mind, but because it's a girls' day.
Yeah,
Because she won't go to the outlet, so we headed to the outlet.
What then? What up in Burlington or Smithfield? Yeah. Yeah, I'm coming down. As soon as I get him up, I'm gonna come down and speak My brother, what's up, man? Well, you got your Jordans going on. I'm like, my man, I see your sneakers. You about to be the next Jordan, bro.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh, watch out. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Do your thing, man. Your entrepreneurship.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, bro. Yeah, I'm proud of you, man. What is it, Eris? Is that how you pronounce the name of the shoe?
No,
Daughter. I know, okay, daughter. That's it. Yeah. Wow, bro. Sneaker design, man. Yeah. That's a niche market, man. That's cool, bro. How's mom and dad doing, man? Good.
Testing coming out pretty good.
Oh, praise God. What's up, bro? Good thing, bro. Good thing, bro. I'm gonna close this door right quick 'cause I don't want to be loud. Doug, you done taught me so much about this song. I be waiting for all the changes there, bro. I be waiting for them changes there. I'm like, my man, I can't hardly. I just be waiting for the changes there. Like, bro, God, no, you done pointed that out there. I be listening for them breaks, man. Boy, you a stone musician. I would have never heard them breaks like that, man. I can tell you the music is in you, bro.
I want to hear this brother live, man. Hope he comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he goes down to Zeppelin all the time, man. Pastor Neil Smith.
Yeah.
She's a singer, so they have a relationship. So yeah.
He comes down there?
Oh yeah, Doc. She's always down there.
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
I'll let you know. She knows when she posts it up. I'll let you know. Yeah. Yeah, I think he tell her just about 2 or 3 times. So they know each other, like you know how them singers are. Yeah. Oh yeah, oh Mel Smell, she the truth, bro. She done sung with some people. Yeah, but she just local in Zeppelin, but yeah, a big gift in Zeppelin, bro. Yeah. All right, bro, let's get it in.
Yes, sir. Grace and peace to everybody. Grace and peace, man. I was gonna let that song ride, man. That's what I think it's a 7 minute song. Man, well, I know y'all enjoyed it. I enjoy that song every time we play. Thanks for joining me, Bible Business with Dave from Heath. It's just another day that the Lord has kept me. He has kept me from all evil with my mind stayed on Him. It's just another day that the Lord has kept me, and I pray that He's keeping you. And definitely what's going on and what God has done for us and what He's doing, those that are in His will. And you know, I was last week I talked to you about what has for you, but I'm finding out more and more. The more you drop your pride, the more the Lord will speak to you, and He will show you, show you His desires that He has for you in the will. So we just definitely basically be used by Him. A lot of people think that we shouldn't put our trust in Him. It's not. I'm not going to, okay, let me word it right, say it the way I'm saying it. Yes, the Creator has already given us free will within our own choosing. But within that, we're trusting in what the Word has said, what He has said. We're trusting in that. And I think we need to get to that point to start trusting God in what he's doing, but he's also allowing us to do it ourselves. So that's what we got to look at, brothers and sisters. But while we're doing that, the only way we can do it by ourselves, we got to be in his will. We have to be in his kingdom. We have to be operating in his authority and in his statutes and regulations. What do you mean, Abram? The same way you and I, brothers and sisters, are here on this land and under these laws, and while we're operating under these laws that are trusting in, but we're trusting that we're taking these laws and we're using them to abide and have us and causing us to make a moral or having a righteous decision about what we make. Yes, in a illegal way, but it's operate in a illegal way, but we're operating in a legal way. Same principle that you and I must have in the Word of God. It's given us these laws and regulations that we can use them to benefit us in that these same laws can be issued or can be implemented in a illegal way. And so that's why we got to read these scriptures. So this book is really all how it makes things civilized. That's the only reason why it came into play. So we have to see that, brothers and sisters. So we see that and see how the word of the scriptures helps us to benefit us in anything that we do, no matter if it's relationships, no matter if we conduct ourselves with business, or how we conduct ourselves as being a city, or how we conduct ourselves as finance. All things that are in the scriptures are there to help us as far as a way of living. So I don't know if y'all remember what I told you. I don't see this book that I'm looking or that I have in front of me as as a religious book. I see this book as a history, and history proves that where they went or everywhere that the Lord allowed the people to be in bondage, they also helped with the economics or with the